On Christmas Eve 1992 in Queens, New York, a real-life young married couple faced the consequences of stealing from the mob. However, in the case of Thomas and Rosemary Yuva, there was nothing inadvertent about their theft. They had made the incredibly bold and many would say fatal decision to start robbing mafia-run social clubs throughout New York City. The young couple lived in Ozone Park, Queens, once the stomping ground of John Gotti. Thomas, then 28, was an ex-con who had done time for robbery. Both were in need of money, so they hit upon a not-so-brilliant plan. They stick up mafia-friendly social clubs that were owned by the Gambino and the Bonanno crime family, robbing whomever they found inside of cash and jewelry. The two hatched a plan. Thomas would storm into the club and order the men inside to empty their valuables. Rosie would wait outside in the getaway car. The doors to the social clubs were almost always open, and the patrons inside were generally unarmed, and carrying a sizable amount of cash. Most important, the victims were unlikely to call the police. The duo were quickly dubbed Bonnie and Clyde and evidently knew that what they were doing would probably lead to disaster. They hit about a dozen joints, including the Hawaiian Moonlighters in Little Italy and an unnamed hangout on Brooklyn's 86th Street. One mafia victim warned Thomas that the mafia would eventually kill him. Tommy reportedly replied with a shrug, "Everybody dies." But Tommy's end would come much sooner than he might have expected. As a result of the embarrassing robberies, the mafia families put out an open contract to kill the couple. On the morning of Christmas Eve 1992, the two decided to go out on a last-minute Christmas shopping drive. They left their Ozone Park home and got into their car. As they got to the intersection of Woodhaven Boulevard and 103rd Avenue, Dominick Pizzonia, a Gambino family capo, allegedly slugged the couple several times in the head. Their bodies were discovered moments later when the car rolled through the intersection, collided with an oncoming vehicle, and came to rest against the front curb of nearby residents. The victims, and their killer, all lived in the same neighborhood of Ozone Park, about half a mile from the crime scene. On federal wiretaps, members from rival crime families the Bonannos and Gambinos can even be heard arguing over who should get credit for the Yuva's executions. In 2007, Dominick Pizzonia was convicted of plotting to kill the couple, but the federal jury found the government did not prove he had actually killed them. Former Bonanno family underboss Sal Vitale said that he and Joseph Massino had a conversation with John Gotti Jr. who told them, "We took care of it." For years, investigators suspected Junior Gotti, along with other members of his immediate crew, played a role in the murder but were never charged, and Gotti denied he had any involvement. Their story has been fictionalized in the 2014 film Rob the Mob and the 2015 film The Wannabe. The killings of Rosie and Tommy are still something of a point of pride in certain New York communities.